What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Expanded Thursday, and today we're looking at a Rayeels deck. Now, I know we covered this deck a long time ago, but it's got some new friends in it, and especially with Arceus being pretty big, it has some ways around it. And actually, this was a deck used by JC Sharp, who got top 16 at Texas Regionals with this deck, and he was kind enough to post his list online. And so here it is today. We're going to go over it and show you how great of a deck it is and why he made top 16 with it. So the main attacker here is going to be your Rayquaza EX. It has the attack Celestial Roar. You're not really going to use this that much unless you're in a really bad situation. Sorry about that. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If any of those are energy cards, attach them to this Pokemon. But if they're not energy cards, you're discarding stuff you kind of need in your deck. So, like I said, unless you're in a really bad situation, you're going to use Celestial Roar here. But Dragon Burst is going to be our main attack here. You discard all basic fire or lightning energies attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage times the number of energy cards you discard. So once you start discarding 3 lightning energies, you're going to do 180 over and over and over again and continuously win the game. And it's going to be pretty easy. You might be like, how do you get all those lightning energies onto your Rayquaza? And our answer is Eelektrik. Now, this card was pretty much the Bronzong of our time. Bronzong is, metal Pokemon, but Eelektrik is for lightning energy cards, not metal. Bronzong is not for metal Pokemon, it's metal attachment, while Eelektrik is for the lightning attachment. So, you're going to Dynamotor over and over again to your Rayquaza EXs, and once you get 3 in play, you can easily just continuously Dynamotor over and over again, and take knockouts on EX pretty easily. And of course, you have Keldeo EX to rush in. You kind of move into the active spot here, put a Floodstone on it, so that way he has free retreat, and you can Dynamotor to bench Rayquaza, sit at the Rayquaza again, and blow somebody up. And the combo works very great, and there's a reason why I did make top 16. The deck plays 2 Shaman to help set up in the early game, because you want to try to get at least 2 to 3 Dynamos turn 1. And once you do that, you pretty much set up 2 Zekroms here. Now, Zekrom is great for the Yveltal matchup. Against Yveltal, you can use Zekrom to knock out the baby Yveltals or the Yveltal EX. And then you can use Rayquaza to knock out the Darkrai if they do decide to go that route here. Zekrom does Outrage 20, the 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. And Bolt Strike for 120, the Pokemon does 40 damage to itself. Next up is going to be Hoopa. Now, Hoopa is a great card in this deck because you can just Scoundrel Ring for maybe like a Keldeo, Rayquaza, Shaman, put down the Keldeo, put down the Rayquaza, Shaman for 6, and pretty much get set up that turn. Hopefully draw into a Skyfield, hopefully get some Dynamos out in play here. Next up is Mewtwo, because why not? I mean, Mewtwo is just a great attacker overall. X-Ball, 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon and the defending Pokemon. There's an argument going on which one's better, this one or Lugia, because Lugia does have the Aero Ball attack, while this one only has Side Drive. I think maybe weakness is what played into this. There's a lot of Pokemon that are weak to Psychic now, and that Pokemon is Hoopa. Hoopa is weak to Psychic, so you can Light Center up a Hoopa and attach 20, 40, 60, 80, like 4 energies onto a Mewtwo and knock out a Hoopa that way. Could work. Or like maybe you're in a Mewtwo ward, you can use your own Mewtwo to knock out a Mewtwo there. But there's all the Pokemon in here, pretty standard, I would think, nowadays. 3 Battle Compressor, discard 3 cards out of your deck. Obviously, this is going to discard your Lightning Energies, and maybe late game, some like Ultra Balls or Level Balls if you don't need those. Computer Search for consistency. And like I said before, one of the problems the deck faced was definitely Arceus, but JC included 2 Evo Soda. Now, Evo Soda says search deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. You can't use this on the first turn your Pokemon was put into play. Now, Arceus only shuts down Pokemon evolving from your hand, but if you do Evo Soda from your deck, that does not count as putting from your hand. So that's how you get around Arceus that way, which is great here. For Level Ball, this is to help you search out your Eels, and that's it, because it only searches for Pokemon with 90 HP, and Eel and Tynamo are only Pokemon with 90 HP. 1 Super Rod to get back your Pokemon, and maybe some Fire Energies. Tool Scrapper, discard 2 Pokemon Tools attached to Pokemon in play, so you could discard a Headringer off one of your Pokemon if need be. If they do Headringer or Keldeo pretty early, you can Tool Scrap that off. 3 Ultra Ball. And this is great just to search out maybe your Rayquazas and stuff like that. Maybe your Zekrom if you need it. 3 VS Secret to your supporters, 2 Colors, 1 Lysander, 2 N. 3 Juniper, pretty much standard. It's like definitely weird counts, But it works out because you do have the Hoopa and you do have the Shaman. You have so much draw support here, and of course Skyfield, you have up to 8 Pokemon on your bench. 3 Float Stones, so that way your Keldeo has free retreat, or basically anybody. Let's say you prize your Keldeo, and you're like, oh man, now I can't rush in. But you can also like just attach it to a Pokemon, so they do knock out your Rayquaza somehow. You can just promote somebody else. Dynamo is a bench Pokemon, it'd be good that way. And the cool thing about Rayquaza here is he only has 1 retreat cost, so if you do have the fire energy, you can just manually retreat it, put it on the bench, promote another one, and Dragon Burst that way. Thankfully, he only has the 1 energy retreat. And also, you can attach Float Stones to him if you do need to, so that way you can just retreat for free to keep the fire energy if you need to, 4 fire and 6 lightning energy. The deck is pretty much straightforward. Like I said, you're just going to Dynamo it to attacker, mostly Rayquaza EX, depending on the situation, and blow somebody up here. But hopefully during this deck, we can see why JC did get top 16. I don't have much information on why he lost or why he didn't make it to top 8. Hopefully, maybe he could say something in the comments below and tell us why he didn't didn't make it so far into the tournament. But hopefully through this deck. Thanks for watching, and let's see the deck in action. Alrighty, so we're playing against Iceman Matt playing a Steel Water deck. I'm not sure what this is, but we get to go first, which is very nice here, because we do have to waste a turn of putting down Dynamos and evolve those in Eelektrik. So usually we're not usually attacking until turn 2, and so it's Cobalion. All right, I'm fine with this. Let's see. We'll Ultra Ball, discard the Lightning and Fire energy, and we're looking for Hoopa. There you are, boy. So get the Hoopa here. Let's see. So I can put down Hoopa. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So put down Dynamo. Grab the Hoopa. Yeah, we'll search for 3 cards here, and we're gonna get Shaman, Rayquaza, and Keldeo. And you're probably thinking, all right, Josh, you don't have enough space, but we do actually with the compute search, we have enough to get the Skyfield, and here we'll discard the Lightning, and another Lightning energy. Seems fine. Put down the Rayquaza, play Shaman here, drawn up to 6 cards. No Super Rod. Ooh, it's actually pretty bad here. Let's see, we can computer search both of these away. Wow, that was probably a big mistake there. Probably shouldn't have played it that way, but here we'll grab a Course. We haven't played a support yet. Super Rod, put back in Shaman, Keldeo, and the Fire Energy. Attach a Fire Energy to the Ray, and here we'll play Course for 5. We whiffed the, what is it? We whiffed the Skyfield to get the Keldeo down, but we should be okay. We can attach a Lightning Energy to the Rayquaza, double Eels, and then knock out this Cobalion, as long as we get a Float Stone as well. Right now, we're going to Burst Seeker for Course, getting up to 6 Pokemon, which is great here, and we do have the capability of knocking out this Cobalion. Here we see Ultra Ball discarding a Lightning, Steel, and a Jirachi. Now, okay, I was worried that he played Kling Klang. If he plays Kling Klang, then it's pretty much game over, but it seems like it's a Metal Dot deck. They receive 30 damage going to the Mewtwo, Lightning Energy to the Rayquaza, Burst Seeker for Course. And here, we're going to get 7 cards. We need double Eel and a Float Stone. Let's see what we get here. Wow, we whiffed pretty hard here. Get an Eel, so we get 1. That's not the greatest. Put down an Eel. Hero Battle Compressor stuff we don't need. Alright, let's think about this. What do we not need? Alright, we probably don't need another Battle Compressor. And I guess we're fine with just discarding 2 Lightning Energies. We could discard a Lysander. There's not... Yeah, that's fine. But discard a Lysander. And... yeah, those 3 seem fine. And here we'll just Dynamo it once into this Rayquaza. And we'll sadly just have to end our turn here. But next turn, we can Dynamo it onto this Rayquaza. Maybe get a Skyfield out, and that way we can power up another Rayquaza. Here we see an Ant. My opponent actually kind of saves me there. Thank you, opponents. And there we see we get the Skyfield, we get the Eel, we get an Evosoda that we kind of can just like use to kind of get rid of. There we see Aegislash coming down. Not really worried about that as well, because we don't play any special energy, so not that scary of a card. Here we play the Eel, Lovable for a Eel. I mean for Dynamo. Sorry, we have an Eel in hand already. Play the Skyfield, play down the Dynamo, Verse Seeker for a Course. Play that, okay. Alright. So how do we do this? We can Ultra Ball, discard Eevee and the Zekrom. Okay. Here we'll grab the Keldeo. And what we could do is we could Dynamotor once onto this guy. Put down the Keldeo, put down the Eel Dynamotor, and attach a Fire Energy. So this is the cool thing you can do with Keldeo. Even though we whiff the Float Stone, we can still rush in and then retreat, send up this Ray, and we could Dragon Burst for all the lightnings and do 180 damage, knock a Ballion here. So take 2 prizes. Alright, so it took us a long time here, but we're set up. We're ready to go. We have another Eel ready to go as well. Here we see Ada Slash. There's an N. And we have 3 Junipers and a course. There's a Float Stone gun on Keldeo. It looks like we're just going to see Slash Blast here for 4, 6, 8, 10. 100 damage, which is not, we're not really worried about that. He could knock us out next turn, but hopefully we can get another Ray. There we top deck a Float Stone. We'll course here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, what, 12? If I did the math right. Alright, so we get an Eel out. So Ultra Ball, discard the N, and the Zekrom, that seems okay. We'll grab another Ray, put him down, rush in, and here we'll Dynamotor once, Dynamotor twice. And this is the cool thing with Eels. Once you get the 3 Eels out, you kind of just continuously Dragon Burst over and over again. And this game should be pretty much be over with. Retreat to this Rayquaza, Hero Flowstone, the other Rayquaza, just in case he plays like a Head Ringer for some reason. And here we'll just Dragon Burst, discarding the 3 Lightning Energies and doing 180 damage. They get 2 more prize cards. And here we see the Keldeo come up. The only real thing he could do now is like maybe promote a Cobalion, the one that does 80 damage for the second attack. That could knock us out. And then we'll have to Lysander, bring up the Ada Slash, or Cobalion, knock it out that way. Then we see an N, not really worried about that. We have Verse Seeker and N in our hand, so we can just Verse Seeker for another course. Getting a bunch of cards here. And as long as we don't whiff the Fire Energy, we should be okay. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. We only played 2 fires so far, and there's 4 in the deck. So the probability of us not getting it is pretty low, but it could happen. And there we see the knockout on the Ray, and here we'll send the Keldeo, and let's see what we get here. Floatstone on one of these guys, Verse Seeker, or Colors here, and we just need a Fire Energy. Come on, Fire Energy. There we go. So Fire Energy here, Dynamotor once. Dynamotor, and there we see Victory Screen there, and you can see why this deck is so strong, and we get a mystery prize. There we go. Alright, so we're going to get the knockout that turn, and these games are going to go pretty quickly. You're either going to lose or you're going to win. It all depends how your first turn goes. If your first turn you get multiple Eels, you get the Hoopa, you get the Keldeo ready to go. We kind of whiffed the Keldeo, so we kind of actually had a slow start. As you see, we had 5 turns. We should have maybe taken like 4. The first turn, you know, you set everything up, and then continuously after that, you should just hit knockouts over and over again on EX, unless they're playing like Vespa Queen or Night March. That could be a problem, but there hasn't been much Vespa Queen or Night March in cut for sure. But we'll play one more game with Rayeels and see what happens. Alrighty, so we're playing against Summer Days, playing a Dark, Steel, Lightning, or Water and Colorless heads. We go first again. There we go. And if you're wondering, I didn't show the mystery prize, but no worries. It was just 4 tournament tickets. Nothing too exciting. So it seems like we are playing against an Yveltal deck. Yveltal. Yep, pretty much Yveltal right there. Alright, so here we can discard Lightning. Where's another Lightning? And another Lightning. Is Hoopa? No, not Shaman. Is Hoopa in the deck? Come on, Hoopa. I didn't see any purple guys. There's a Mewtwo. Oh, Hoopa, please don't be prized, Hoopa. Hoopa, don't let me down. Alright, so Hoopa is prized. But here we'll just end. Level Ball for another Tynamo. We kind of have a bad start. Put down that guy. We'll rush in so that way he doesn't knock out this Tynamo, and here we'll just end our turn. Now, what we can do this game is actually attack with Zekrom, because Yveltal and Yveltal EX are both weak to Lightning. We can use the second attack, do 120, and easily knock out those guys. And if he does decide to attack with Darkrai, that's when we switch over to Rayquaza. And even if we attack with Rayquaza, he only have like 1 energy on him when we decide to do that. There we see a Verbank. What could happen here is Laser. We could be asleep. Oh man. Oh, buddy, do we stay asleep here? That would be fantastic if we do. Um, Actually, it won't be fantastic at all. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully we flip heads. I kind of mislooked this for sure. I forgot about this play. No, misplays for days, right? Right, guys? Alright, so we see Compressor here. Probably going to discard like a Dark and some supporter cards. So 2 Darks and a Hex Maniac. Now, Hex Maniac is very bad for this matchups, obviously, because you can't use Ray and we stay asleep. Fantastic. Alright, alright. Alright, so here, get down Eel. Put down the Zekrom, put a Lightning Energy onto it. Dynamotor, once to this guy. Here, we'll Ultra Ball these two away. Wait, what's in our discard pile? He only has 2 cards, so I'm gonna Ultra Ball discard this and the Verse Seeker. No need to really play the N. Here we'll get another Dynamotor, Juniper. Great, alright. Put a Floatstone here. Put down another Eel, and here we'll just Dynamotor once again. And hopefully we'll wake up. Oh man, it'd be pretty sad if we don't. Oh, actually, okay, we don't get knocked out yet. He needs a Muscle Band to actually knock us out here. So hopefully he whiffs the Muscle Band. We wake up, take a knockout with Zekrom. And I might actually license Yveltal, take a free prize. Here we see a Ultra Ball, discarding a Laser and a Verse Seeker. Probably grabbing Shebe, and there we see Shebe coming down. Gonna net him 6 cards there. Muscle Band onto the Darkrai. Muscle Band onto the Yveltal. Another Darkrai coming down. Dark Energy going to Darkrai here. So he's going to decide to go with the Darkrai play, which is, you know, not a bad choice at all. We just need to wake up here. Please wake up Keldeo. I know, I'm sorry. Oh, thank goodness he wakes up. Okay. So here, put down the Eel. We'll retreat into the Zekrom. License the Yveltal here. And here we'll just Bolt Strike. Taking the free prize while we can. And take 2 prize cards. Alright. Now, as long as he doesn't Hex Maniac us here next turn, we should be okay. Here we see the Darkrai come up. Does he have the Dark Energy and Hex Maniac? If he does, we'll be in big trouble there. And actually, he'll take 3 prizes this turn. Oh man, that's pretty bad here. But let's see if we can retaliate here. We have the Rayquaza. We have the... Oh my goodness, what a top deck. We just top deck like a champ. Dynamotor... Dynamotor. So we got the 3 Dynamotors ready to go. Alright. The only thing that could be scary now if he does, like, keeps us asleep. So we're going to Shaman here. Draw until we have 6 cards. I'm just going to Coerce here. Alright, so here we get the Super Rod. Put back the Keldeo, Zekrom, and the Dynamo. I'll play the Evo Soda, not grabbing anything. Battle Compressor. We'll discard some Lightning Energies. So 1. There's only 1. There's only 1. Alright, so here we discard the other Compressor. And maybe a Lava Ball. Yeah, seems fine. And here we'll just retreat into the Eel. We'll put down the other guy. And here we'll just Dragon Burst. Discarding all the Lightning Energies. Okay. And take a knockout on the Darkrai here. Take 2 prize cards. So even against a Darkrai deck, which might seem like might be a bad choice because, or might be a bad deck, because, you know, Yveltal didn't win regionals, and it does seem like it could be pretty strong there. It's not doing so hot right now. So we see Tails there. Computer search. If he grabs a Hex here, we could be in big trouble here. Oh, there's a Hex Maniac. There we go. Alright. So Hex Maniac's in play right now. There, put down the Skyfield. Touch of Fire Energy here. Let's see here. I think I'm actually just going to pass. As long as he can't continue to see Hex Maniac, we should win next turn. We got Computer Search for Lysander. Let's see, yeah, we get Computer Search for Verse Seeker to get out one of his EX Pokemon. And there we see a Laser, Heads, okay. And there we see 30 damage onto our Rayquaza. Do we wake up or not? And we don't. But we should be okay, maybe. Alright, so Hero Hoopa. Yep, we'll use it. Here we'll grab Keldeo, and that's pretty much it. So here we'll Computer Search, discard the Zekrom, and the Juniper. Question is, do we go for the win right now, or do we just go to Floatstone? We'll just grab Floatstone right now. Put down the Keldeo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 7. Put a Floatstone here. Rayquaza. Or Shaman. And there we go. We have the game here. Okay, nice. Nice top decks. So lightning, air, lightning. So if he whiffed the Hex, I mean, maybe if he got the Hex, we might be in trouble here. But we see he whiffed it. So here we'll rush in, retreat to this guy, Burst Seeker for a Lysander. Lysander to Yveltal, and here we see another Dragon Burst going to knock out there, and there you go. You can see why this deck is so strong against Yveltal. Some people might say it's a bad matchup for Rayquaza, but it's not. I mean, like, you might say it's a bad matchup because Hex Maniac, but Hex Maniac only shuts down for one turn, really. And they have to continuously Verse Seeker for Hex Maniac, Verse Seeker for Hex Maniac. If they do that over and over again, maybe they can win. But as soon as they whiff a Hex Maniac, you're just going to win there, as we saw that time around. You can see why this deck did make top 16. I'm not sure what happened or what he lost to. Maybe he lost to Night March. That's the only deck I can really see that kind of beat him. Trying to think here. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's the only deck I can really see him lose to. It should be Blastoise. It'll trade fairly with Blastoise because, you know, you can knock out a Blastoise or knock out a Keldeo. They can potentially knock you out. They get like double superior energy retrieval or superior with like 2 energies. I think that's enough. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. If they get like a superior and 2 energies, that knocks you out. So you can see maybe against Blastoise you might struggle, but against Yveltal you should win. Against Toad you should win as well. As long as they don't play Garbodor or Silent Lab, you should be okay. And even with Silent Lab, you play 3 Skyfield, so I think you should be okay in that matchup here. But hope you enjoyed this edition of Expanded Thursday. If you're thinking about this deck for regionals, make sure I think it's a great deck. I mean, it should be okay, especially if everybody's hyping Yveltal now because it did win in regionals. It should be Sizer Crobat as well because even though Sizer has the Crobats and stuff, you should just easily one-shot the Toads over and over again, and you should have a great matchup overall. But hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new about Rayquaza. Hope you have a great Thursday. Alrighty, bye.